Hi, I'm getting a new refrigerator soon, and I discovered that my new refrigerator is a little higher than the bottom of my cabinets. A lot of new fridges are about 69 inches high. This is about 68 and 3/4 of an inch high. So what I need to do is I need to cut about another 3/4 of an inch off the bottom of one of my kitchen cabinets. I don't want to rip the cabinet out, but I do need to shorten this up. I'm lucky because I actually have a little bit of a lip underneath my cabinets where I can cut that. But that's today's project, is to cut this lip off nice and cleanly so that I can go ahead and put my new fridge in and still have a little bit of space and still have it look fairly nice. My first step is to go ahead and line the bottom of the cabinet so I know exactly what I have to cut. I happen to find a piece of scrap wood that I'm hanging around that is about 1/4 inch thick. So if I line this up here and put a line on it, I will cut off about 3/4 of an inch in the bottom. And that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and line my entire bottom of the cabinet on both sides and then both sides of the cabinet. And then that'll be my kind of my cut line, and that should be nice and straight. Alright, now that I have my line on all four inside areas, I'm taking a metal straight edge. What I'm going to do, I can't really clamp it or hold it in place. So I'm going to kind of line it up at that line. I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and I'm just going to kind of score the line that I just drew. I'm going to watch my fingers here. And I'm going to score over that. I'm going to go over it once or twice for the first time. And then I might take the straight edge out and take a look at it and kind of straighten it out. And what I want to do is I want to put a nice straight gouge all the way along the bottom of the cabinet. That'll help me guide my blade with my oscillating saw because it'll kind of naturally fall into the gutter of the score. So I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way around now. And I'm just going to be very, very careful, line it up and try to get a nice straight score as I go along. I'm not going to go too fast. I'm going to take my time with this. Okay, now that I have my score line along here, I'm going to take my oscillating saw with my circular blade, put some gloves on, put some stronger glasses on, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut along this score. I've already kind of started it just to make sure it'll fit in nicely. I'm going to cut along the score and I'm going to make my gouge deeper and deeper, and as I go, I'm going to have a pretty straight line. I'll have a chance to straighten it out a little bit as I go along. The corners are going to be a little bit problematic because of the circular blade, but I'll have to go ahead and switch the blade around and kind of work with that when I get to them. This piece of wood may not come down automatically because I have a little bit of a caulk, or not caulk, I have a mortar here as well, and then I might have some adhesive behind this. I'm not really sure how my cabinets are held up. But I might have to kind of go along and just cut it out and maybe even just chop out a couple pieces with a screwdriver or a wedge.
finished product with my old fridge still in place. You can see that it looks pretty darn good. I used a metal guide on the front, and I did by hand in the back. And one little spot in the corner there that is not yet stained, but once I put my new fridge in, I won't see that. It's nice and even and straight. I have one little wave or two that I might go ahead and sand out with a sanding block, but once the fridge is in and I have stuff on top of the fridge, that will never be seen.